Hey everyone, it's Sydney Cork, and this week I will be discussing chapter 23, which was Journalist Judgments versus Audience Click, the Case of the Web Analytics Influence. So, throughout this chapter, it discussed how journalists on the web usually gravitate towards using analytics versus using actual stories that need to be talked about on the web. So, it's based off of their content posted is based off of the audience. So whatever is appealing to the audience is a story that will be more likely to be posted on there to receive the engagement that they would like to have, which will be getting a certain amount of clicks or views or just a lot of interest and engagement in an overall post. Will more likely be a story that will be posted on the front page of any company that's talking about a new topic that's currently going on in today's society. So, and also, it also went to explain that there's a web editor producer, which is the person that obviously goes out and finds out information about stories that's currently going on and gets information and that's important to them, and they come and they'll post it on the page, but they also have a person in the control room that has the final say so over what can be posted, what can be put up, and what can be taken down. So it's kind of a hard predicament, because if an editor goes out and finds something that's interesting and should be talked about, it's a up and down thing whether it can be posted or not. So basically what happened was, it was describing how an editor went and read the story about on BBC's page about how waterboarding takes place. So I actually had to look up what waterboarding was because I didn't really quite understand it. So basically waterboard is something that the government actually does with inmates to put a whole bunch of have a whole bunch of water pressure down on them to give them the idea as if they're drowning, to get information out of them. So it's kind of like, like a punishment or like a way to get information out of them, because that's just their way of getting information out of the inmates. So that was an interesting thing that they wanted to post about it, and they ended up going to they put it on the website, but instead it was kind of hard. She wanted to post her story, but it was kind of hard because she had to pick from what is already currently posted and see if this story would be able to fit in it. So she basically couldn't put her story, which was something that was really important, and I feel like a lot of people should gain a lot of knowledge about it. She wasn't able to post that story due to the simple fact that the other stories that were already posted were already gaining so much interaction with everyone else that had already came in contact with them. So the story never ended up being posted because other stories about a celebrity spotted at a store was getting a lot of attention. So that was a main thing for them, so they kept those stories up there. So this chapter was really interesting how a lot of things that we tend to see on the web is just mainly like off of content that is being done with things that we normally would see on an everyday basis and enjoy out of it. So it describes how the editor ended up quitting out of this situation, not because of that situation, but she felt that she wanted better and felt that important information with such thing as waterboard should be more talked about. And it wasn't as important as talking about a celebrity being spotted in a story. It was just that's basically like a common thing. So that was the main thing with this. I found this pretty interesting because I honestly thought that when they find out information, it will be information that's useful and posted, but it's mainly about kind of sort of like nonsense or things that's just irrelevant to be posted instead of talking about things that should be. So yeah, and this week I was more ethical with just being who I am and continuing to value my code of conduct, whether that's personal whether that's within myself or situations that I would just come in contact with on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, that's pretty much it.